Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that honestly feels pretty daunting for a lot of small businesses: U.S. federal government contracting.
Yeah, it really can seem like a maze, right? All the acronyms, the websites, the rules.
Exactly. So, our mission really for this deep dive is to cut through some of that confusion. We want to give you a clear roadmap for those absolutely essential first steps.
We're zeroing in on three core things you just have to get right from the start. That's your SAM.gov registration, your SBA profile, the DSBS one, and then your capability statement. Get these sorted and you're building a solid foundation.
Okay, and we're drawing this from a pretty practical step-by-step guide, so this should be really actionable for you listening.
Definitely. The goal is you walk away knowing exactly what to do next.
All right, let's dive in. Foundation first. SAM.gov, System for Award Management. The very, very first thing you need is the UEI.
The Unique Entity ID, yep. So you want to head over to SAM.gov, find the Get Started button, or maybe it says Register Entity. Click that.
And right away, it's going to ask about login.gov, isn't it?
It is. You have to have a login.gov account to even get into SAM.gov now. So step 0 might actually be setting that up if you haven't already.
Good point. Okay, so for the UEI part itself on SAM.gov, what info do you need, like right there and then?
Okay, have your legal business name ready. And I mean legal name. It has to match exactly what the IRS has on file for you.
No nicknames or DBAs here?
Nope, not for this part. That causes so many delays. It's a really common trip up. Also, your physical address, the business one, and your taxpayer ID number, your TIN or EIN.
Got it. And that UI, that's the replacement for the old DUNS number, right? That changed fairly recently.
Yeah, big change. Happened back in April 2022. So if you see old guides mentioning DUNS, just mentally swap in UEI. It's the official thing now.
Okay. So UEI obtained via SAM.gov using login.gov. What else should people gather before they really sit down to do the full SAM registration? Preparation seems key.
Oh, hugely key. It saves so much time. So obviously, have that EIN handy.
Yes.
You'll also need your business bank account details, the routing number and account number.
Why the bank info?
That's for EFT payments.
Yeah.
Electronic funds transfer. It's how the government pays its bills, basically. So you need that set up to receive payments if you win a contract.
Makes sense. What else?
Your NAICS codes. And your PSD codes, too.
Ah, okay. Let's clarify those quickly. NAICS is industry.
Yep, North American Industry Classification System, broad industry categories.
Yeah.
Like Computer Systems Design Services is one.
And PSC.
Product service codes. That's more specific. It describes the actual thing you sell, whether it's a product or a service, like IT and telecom consulting services.
Where do you find those?
NAICS.com is great for NAICS codes. For PSCs, the acquisition.gov website has the official manual. It's worth taking some time to really nail down the right codes for your business. It helps agencies find you.
Good tip. Okay, bank info, EIN, NAICS, PSC, anything else for the prep stage?
Yeah, know your business size and structure. Are you small, according to the SBA, for your main NAICS code? Are you an LLC, S Corp, that kind of thing?
Like certifications.
Definitely. If you have any, like 8A, woman-owned small business, WOSB, service-disabled veteran-owned, SDVOSB, HB zone, have all that documentation or information ready.
Points of contact, POCs.
Yep. Who's the main person the government should talk to? Need their details. And maybe jot down some notes on your past performance.
Even if it's not government work.
Absolutely. Commercial projects, nonprofit work, even subcontracting.
Yeah.
Anything relevant that shows you can do the work.
Okay, that's a solid prep list. Let's circle back quickly to login.gov. You mentioned setting that up. Any pointers there?
It's pretty straightforward. Go to login.gov, follow the steps. The main thing is the two-factor authentication. Don't skip that.
Right, security.
Exactly. You need that extra layer.
Yeah.
And just remember, login.gov is your key to SAM.gov. You can't get in without it.
Okay. Prepped, login.gov sorted, UEI maybe already assigned. Now we actually log into SAM.gov to do the full registration. Where do we go?
Once you're logged in with your login.gov credentials, you'll again look for that register entity or similar option. That starts the main process. It breaks down into a few key sections.
Like what?
First up is core data. This is where that legal name goes again, your UEI, EIN, address. Basic stuff, but crucial to get it right. Double, triple check it. Typos here are bad news.
Okay, core data done.
Then you hit assertions. This is where you assert things about your business. Your size status for your NAICS codes, you list out all your relevant NAICS codes, and you declare any socioeconomic certifications you hold.
So this is where things like WOSB or hub zone status get formally listed?
Precisely. And this section is really important because it's what contracting officers use filters for when they're looking for, say, a small business or a woman-owned small business for a set-aside contract.
Gotcha. What comes after assertion?
Reps and certs. Representations and certifications. These are basically a whole bunch of standard clauses from the FR, the Federal Acquisition Regulation.
Usually dense.
It can be. You don't need to be a lawyer. But you are certifying that your company complies with these various rules or labor laws, ethical standards, things like that. You need to review and agree to them. It's like the terms and conditions, but for federal contracting.
Okay. Important to read those carefully then. And the last main section.
Points of contact. POCs again. Designating who handles what, like who gets government emails, who manages the SAM record itself. Keep this updated if people leave or roles change.
Right. So core data, assertions, reps and certs, POCs. How long does this whole SAM registration thing actually take?
Sitting down to do it, maybe 2 to 4 hours if you have all your info ready like we discussed. But then the processing. That's the waiting game. It can take up to 10 business days, sometimes a bit longer if there are issues, for SAM.gov and the DLA to fully validate everything and make your registration active. So don't wait until the day before a deadline to start this.
Good heads up. You mentioned DLA, Defense Logistics Agency. What's their role?
If your business doesn't already have one, DLA validates your info during the SAM process and assigns you a CAGE code.
CAGE code. Another acronym.
Yeah. Commercial and Government Entity Code. It's another unique identifier used a lot, especially by the Department of Defense. SAM registration gets you one if needed.
Okay. Phew. So SAM.gov, registration complete, active. We're done, right? Ready for contracts.
Not quite. This is a really, really common misconception, and it's super important. Finishing SAM.gov does not automatically fill out your profile in the SBA's database.
Which database is that?
The DSBS. The Dynamic Small Business Search. It's run by the Small Business Administration.
Okay, DSBS. Why is that one so important if you're already in SAM?
Think of SAM as like getting your official government ID card. DSBS is more like your detailed professional profile, or like the government's internal LinkedIn for small businesses.
So who uses DSBS?
Contracting officers, definitely. When they have a requirement they want to set aside for a small business or a specific type like veteran-owned, they often search DSBS first. Also, SBA folks use it, and prime contractors looking for qualified small business subcontractors.
Okay, so if you're not in DSBS or if your profile is weak, you're basically invisible to a lot of key people.
Exactly. You're missing out on opportunities right there.
How do you get into DSBS then? Is it another long registration?
No, thankfully. You access it through the SBA's certification portal, which is at certified.sba.gov. You log in there using the same login.gov credentials you use for SAM.
Okay, that's easier. So certified.sba.gov. What happens once you log in?
Well, the good news is it pulls some basic info directly from your active SAM registration. Your business name, address, UEI, NAICS codes, POCs, any certifications you listed in SAM, that core data gets pulled over.
Phew, okay. So what don't they pull over? What do you have to do manually?
This is the critical part. You have to manually fill in the fields related to your marketing and your performance history. That stuff doesn't come from SAM.
So this is where you actually sell yourself.
Precisely. This is where you make your profile searchable and attractive.
What kind of fields are we talking about?
Key ones are the capabilities narrative. Think of this as the text-based elevator pitch for your company within the profile.
Like a mini capability statement.
Sort of, yeah. A concise summary of what you do best, geared towards government buyers. Then, keywords. Hugely important.
Keywords. Like for SEO.
Exactly like for SEO, but within the DSBS database. You need to load this section with terms that contracting officers or primes would actually search for. Think about specific services, technical terms, even agency names if you specialize.
Where would you find good keywords?
Look at actual government solicitations, RFPs, RFQs in your field. See what language they use to describe the work you do. Use those terms.
Smart. Okay, narrative, keywords. What else needs manual input?
Past performance. You need to detail your relevant experience here.
And again, this doesn't have to be just government contracts, right? You mentioned that earlier.
Correct. That's a big one people miss. Absolutely include relevant commercial work, nonprofit projects, state or local government contracts, subcontracting work. If it shows you can deliver, put it in.
That really opens it up for newer businesses.
It does. Don't leave it blank just because you haven't won a prime federal contract yet. Also, there's usually a place to link directly to your full capability statement PDF.
Oh, that's handy. So they can just click and get the full picture.
Yep. Makes it easy for them. And finally, just double-check all the contact info that got pulled from SAM, email, phone, POC names. Make sure it's all accurate in DSBS, too.
So just to really hammer it home, SAM gets you registered, DSBS gets you found by contracting officers, SBA reps, primes.
You got it. Neglecting your DSBS profile after doing SAM is like, I don't know, getting a business license but never putting up a sign or listing yourself in the phone book. People won't know you're there.
And this isn't a one-and-done thing either, right?
Definitely not. SAM needs annual renewal to stay active. And you should treat your DSBS profile the same way, maybe review it quarterly or at least annually. Update your capabilities narrative if you pivot, add new past performance wins, make sure your keywords are still relevant, keep it fresh.
Okay. SAM.gov handled. DSBS profile optimized. That brings us to the third piece, the capability statement, your marketing tool.
Yes, your government-focused resume or brochure. Essentially, it's what you hand out, email, and link to.
What's the standard look and feel?
Keep it clean, professional.
Yeah.
Definitely just 1 page if possible. 2 pages, absolute max, but really aim for 1. Use your company branding logo, colors, make it look sharp.
And save it as a PDF.
Always PDF, and name it logically, like your company name capability statement.pdf. Makes it easy for people to save and find.
What absolutely has to be on that one page? What are the key sections?
Okay, first, core competencies. This is a bulleted list. Be specific about the services or products you offer.
And use government-friendly language.
Yes. Try to mirror the language you see in solicitations or in those PSC codes we talked about. Show you speak their language.
Okay, core competencies. Then?
Differentiators. What makes you special? Why pick you over someone else? Is it speed, niche expertise, unique technology, your specific certifications? Put that here, concisely.
Like your unique selling proposition.
Exactly. Then, past performance. Yeah, again, brief summaries or bullet points. If you can name the client, federal, state, commercial, great. Briefly state the scope and maybe a key result or outcome. Credibility booster.
And again, non-federal work is okay here too.
Totally fine, especially if it's relevant to the work you want to do for the government.
Got it. What else?
A company snapshot section. This is crucial for quick reference. List your UEI, your cage code, and importantly, your SAM registration expiration date.
Why the expiration date?
Shows you're active and compliant. Also list your key SBA certifications, WOSB, SDVOSB, etc., and your primary NAICS and PSC codes here. Lets them categorize you instantly.
Makes sense. And finally, contact info, obviously.
Obviously. Clear contact details, title, phone, email, website, physical address. And if you host the capability statement online, somewhere like Google Drive or your website, include that URL too. Makes sharing super easy.
Okay, that sounds like a really packed but useful one-pager. Now you have this great document. What do you do with it? Just blast it out.
Please don't just blast it out. Strategy is key. Ideally, you should try to tailor it slightly for specific opportunities or agencies if you can.
How so?
Maybe reorder your core competencies to highlight the most relevant ones first for that specific agency's mission. Or tweak your differentiators to emphasize something you know they value, like cybersecurity experience for DoD, for instance. It shows you've done your homework.
Okay, targeted distribution. Who are the main targets?
Definitely. Contracting officers at the agencies you want to work with, they make the buying decisions.
Right.
Also, the OSDBU contacts.
OSDBU.
Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. Almost every federal agency has one. They're advocates for small businesses within the agency. Great people to connect with.
Who else?
Your local Apex Accelerator. They used to be called PTAX Procurement Technical Assistance Centers. They offer free counseling and can help you connect. And definitely target prime contractors if you're looking for subcontracting work.
And how do you send it? Just attach it to an email?
Pretty much, yeah. But write a brief, personalized introduction email. Don't just send the attachment. Explain who you are, why you're contacting them specifically, and how your capabilities might align with their needs or current projects. Then attach the tailored capability statement.
Okay. So bringing this all together then. SAM.gov registration gets you in the system, DSBS makes you findable, and the capability statement is your targeted marketing piece.
That's the trifecta, really. Mastering those 3 is like 80% of the foundational work you need to do to even be visible and considered for federal opportunities.
It lays the groundwork for everything else that follows in the contracting journey.
Absolutely. It gets your foot in the door and tells people what you can do.
So a final thought for everyone listening, maybe something to chew on after this.
Yeah, I'd say, now that you know how to set these things up, start thinking really hard about who you want to reach. Which specific agencies truly need what you offer? Which prime contractors are working on projects where you could fit? Get specific.
Don't just set up the profiles and wait.
Right. Think about tailoring that capability statement, researching those agency OSDBUs, finding the right contracting officers. That targeted effort built on this foundation we've discussed, that's often what makes the real difference in actually winning work.